Huge changes are happening in the Florida housing market. And today we're going to cover exactly what those changes are because they have changed radically since the last time I reported them in this housing market. And so today we're going to do a deep dive into the St. Lucie County housing market. And while I will save Fort Pierce for another day, we're going to do a deep dive analysis into the Port St Lucie market. Frankly, because I've had so many requests since my last video to update exactly what's happening from a boots on the ground perspective. And we are going to go granular and we're going to cover what's happening right now. We will start with the most recent data that has been published by the Florida Realtor Association, which is February of 2023. But given that we're damn near the end of April right now, I think it's probably more critical to cover what's happening right now. And because I am a boots on the ground operator of a high performance real estate team and have access to the most current data that exists within the Port St. Lucie market, I'm going to share that too. And I suspect it will be very interesting to see what March revealed and what April has brought about so far. But as of February of 2023, closed sales fell off a cliff, down 24%. Median sales price up almost 7% from $360 up to $385,000. Average sales price upticked 9.5% to a touch over $417,000, up from a touch over $381,000. Dollar volume got whacked, but that's a function of closed sales getting whacked. Percent of original list price received is down from 100.1% to 94.6, which is a decrease of 5.5%, but I would describe as a return to normal. Median time to contract upticked 217% to 54 days versus 17 a year ago. And to be clear, 54 days is a return to normal. Pending sales were up almost 11% in February for single family homes in Port St. Lucie, and both the inventory of homes for sale and the month supply of inventory both upticked exponentially, with inventory of homes for sale up 98.2%, with 1,003 single family homes sitting on the market unsold. Which is great news if you're shopping in this market because you've got more choices and more leverage, and probably not so great if you're thinking about selling in this market. And predictably, month supply of inventory upticked too by 133.3%, from 1.2 months to 2.8. And to be clear, 2.8 months is a seller's market. But buyers have a heck of a lot more choices and a heck of a lot more leverage relative to the recent past. But let's face it, hearing about February data when it's at the end of April is about as exciting or as enlightening as reading an old newspaper, because it's old news. Nobody cares. But given the fact that the Florida Realtor Association will not publish the March data for another week, I'll go ahead and tell you what happened in March right now. And what you can see is that the average for sale price in March of 2023 was up 1% compared to last month. And it was up 0.6% compared to last year. But I suspect you're less interested in what was actively listed and more interested in what sold. And the average sold price in March of 2023 was $418,000, which was up a half a percentage point compared to last month and up 4.5% compared to last year. And if we compare the same quarter versus a year ago, what you'll see is that the average sold price is up almost 6%. Because Q1 of 02 was 389,000 and Q1 of 03 was 412, which takes us into April, which brings us up to speed. And while it's still backward looking by a few days, it is far more current than anything else that you're going to see out there, which is why it is critical to work with a professional that understands the hyper-local market that you're shopping in order to advocate and negotiate for you the right way. And what you can see is month to date in April up to the 16th versus the same period last month, the average active price on the market is up 2.2%, and the average sold price is up 5.3%. to 434,000 versus 412. And if we look at this current period versus the same month 1 year ago, you'll notice that the active average price is down 0.4% and the average sold price is up 3.3%, which takes us to the current versus previous year to date for single family homes in the Port St Lucie market. And what you'll notice is that from January 1st of this year up until the 16th of this month versus the same period in 2022, the average sold price is up 5.1% from $394,000 to $414,000, which is a far cry from a market crash. But it's critical to understand because huge changes are happening in the Florida housing market. Now, I hope you found this content valuable, and if you did, please subscribe to the channel, give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend. If you're even thinking about buying or selling anywhere in Florida, then please reach out because we would love to help. And check out my next video because I suspect you will love it a lot. And until next time,